Welcome to Vision in Motion with Pastor Vanell Warren. Pastor Warren is a visionary and has been traveling the globe and preaching the gospel for years. On Vision in Motion, Pastor Warren will empower you to pursue your vision, impart principles to run with the vision, and interview inspiring visionaries. Vision in Motion, where your vision becomes a reality.
God.
Welcome to Vision in Motion. I'm so excited about you. This is Apostle Vanell Warren. Live in the set, I have one of the most dynamic and phenomenal gospel artists in the world right here. I promise you, you're going to see more of his face. You're going to hear more of his name. Get ready for this household phenomenon that's about to shake the foundation of this world. Listen, it's one thing to be a wall shaker. It's another one to be a ground shaker. He's shaking grounds, videos, music, all over this place. Put your hands together. Help me welcome none other than Mr. Berto. Man, I'm glad to have you on set today. How we doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty blessed, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you here. Tell me about yourself, man. Tell me, how long have you been in this industry?
I've been in this industry quite some time. I've been doing music since I was about 15 years old. But there's been times when I kind of got sidetracked throughout the years. But I've been probably striving to actually break through, kick the door down in this industry for about 2 decades now.
Wow, man, it's good to see that. It's good to see that you're doing it in the prime of your life. I want to ask you this. Tell the people the type of music that you are putting out there and what drives you to do it.
The type of music that I'm putting out there right now is gospel music, number one. You can call it world music, or you could just call it positive music. But my drive of putting out positive music is from where I come from.
Okay.
My past experiences in life and things like that, it drives me to spread love, spread more godly things, spread more positive things. And the reason that I do that is because I want to stop the youth from going down the wrong roads in life that leads to self-destruction and just making the wrong choices and decisions.
So your music is not considered the underground. You don't have the negative. You're creating a passion for positivity to reach the young people.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's good, man. So what caused you to want to do this type of music? Are you a singer, or you're a rapper, or you talk the lyrics? What do you do?
I am a all-around musician, so I love music. Sometimes I can get different beats or instrumentals and things of that nature, and some beats that I catch my attention make me want to sing to them.
Make you want to sing. I feel you.
And some beats they make me want to harmonize, and then other beats they make me want to rap. But I am more of a gospel rapper. I'm more of just putting a message out and getting the message across with my rapping. But it's not a form of rapping that people can't understand.
That's good. So in other words, there's a message in it. You can paint a picture and make somebody visualize what you're actually saying.
Yes, sir.
So you did mention that there was music pretty much all your life. Does music and as an artist, does that run in your family?
I would say music does run in my family. My mom, she's a rightful singer in her own right, and shout out to my mother, by the way. Pastor Marie Berto.
Yeah, you better holler at your mama. So shout out to Pastor Berto. Bless you. Your son is here doing his thing. We're excited to have you tuning in with us. Go ahead, Doc.
I have uncles and things they like to do music. Do I think any of them ever took it serious as I'm taking it, as far as to the industry level and getting the message across. No, but it's hereditary for me to, be doing music, and that's a blessing.
Wow. Let me ask you this. Do you ever get nervous when you're getting ready to perform?
I wouldn't say nervous. I wouldn't say nervous. I would say probably anxious.
The adrenaline pumping.
I'm
you ready to get at it?
Just ready to get at it.
Wow. So let me ask you this: Do you write from experiences, or do something just inspire you and it comes to you? Can you just flow freely and create something at the tip of a moment? How does it work?
Yeah, I can just create things, right off the head, and then sometimes I like to sit down and write things to make it more sensible to others, because I wanna actually put out the message where people can understand it. So sitting down, writing it down and actually thinking about what I'm saying the way that another person can grasp a hold to what I'm saying easier, that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Wow. So you talked about growing up. So where did you grow up? What area did you grow up in?
I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Cowtown.
Cowtown, born and raised, between Fort Worth and Arlington.
That's good. So was it a lot of competitions with rapping?
I would definitely say it's a lot of competition as far as the rap industry and things like that. I think the competition is, I think a lot of it is hateful. I think there's constructive competition, and then I think that some people are competing against you because they just want to be they want to be the person to be more successful than you. And I tell people all the time, what's meant for you is not meant for me.
That's good.
What's meant for you is not meant for me. Just because I see other rappers out there doing the way they do it, and however God allows the blessings in their life, that don't mean that's for me. Where he got a different lane for everybody.
That's good.
So with my lane, as far as doing the gospel rap and the positive music, I really don't see much competition, because everybody's so stuck on, a lot of these rappers so stuck on talking about the guns and the drugs and the disrespect toward the women in this music and stuff. They focused on putting out the wrong energy. Which I'm not saying that they're doing it on purpose. Some of them are unconsciously aware of what they're doing,
because they're repeating what they've seen.
Yes.
And so I'm glad you said that, because what you're telling me is that any 13-year-old kid, any 18-year-old child, their parent would approve of the type of music that you're putting out, because it's a positivity and it's going to take them in another path.
Right. It's going to, I have music, old music, and I have new music, up to date, the person that I become today music. And
wow.
You can listen to my old music, and then you can listen to my new music, and you can see the growth in my music.
That maturity in there. Wow.
And you can see the growth in the person that I become today. So, the parents can let their kids listen to my music, and
so it's family friendly then.
It's family friendly.
Man, you know what I like? You just said something that a lot of people would not even admit to or characterize themselves as. You said you can do a comparative analysis of my old music, which represents the old me, versus my new music, which it stands out of who I have become. And so, in other words, you're saying that I'm not so there. I haven't arrived yet that I can't grow or mature in this field.
Right.
And so, what would you say make you you?
I would say what makes me me today is everything that I went through in my past. That that at that time that I was going through it, and I made those mistakes. God actually sat me down and I went through some things because we all go through some things.
Right,
but when you're going through those things that you're going through, God wants you to focus more on Him.
Wow, wow, wow. So how often do you rap about God? How often do you flow about God? Do you take any of your lyrics from the scriptures and relate them to today's situation so people can really relate to it?
Yes, a lot of times I take scripture and I put it with my music to actually make it relate to today, and I want people to see that, you know, no matter what you're going through, that long as you got faith in God, and that He can do all things. He can make everything possible for you, whatever your heart desires. God knows every man's heart. He knows every man's helper's heart. He knows all of the women's hearts. God is the number one. And when you seek God, like in the Bible, it says, what Matthew 6:33 says,
yes,
first, seek ye the kingdom of God, and all of these things shall be added unto you.
Right, right.
So that's what I, during my hard times, trials and tribulations, the things that I was enduring in life that I didn't understand why I was enduring those things, but it just happened in during those times, a Bible would come to my hands, or somebody would put a Bible in my hands.
When the Bible was coming across your pathway, when you were in the midst of opposition of learning to mature, did you ever feel like rejecting the Bible? Or were you receptive of it, or was that a battle, or what?
Yeah, it's been times that I've thought about rejecting it, and that's because of the mentality that's been placed on us in society with so many different religions that exist and things of that nature.
Right.
And as a young adult growing up, you grow up in the church, but then you encounter other individuals who try to persuade you about their religion, or they try to convert you into believing into their religion for whatever reasons that they do that. But there comes a time in life when you're going to see God is going to show you the truth.
Right. So let me ask you this. How has being a rapper, do people ever judge you or categorize you, or just feel because you were the title of a rapper that they would relate you to the world rather than hearing your lyrics and learning your passion? Because I believe the words, if you wrote them, those words are betraying the image of your character, your personality, your passions, your hurts, your pains, your shames, your love, your celebrations. And so do you ever get judged or misjudged by just your title before they learn who you are?
Well, that's everyday life with the judging thing. People always judge people by their past.
Right.
There's people still to this day that when they see me out and about or anything, the first thing they mention to me is about my past.
Right.
But I try to get those people to understand that it's not about the past. It's about the present, and it's about the future. It's about what you're doing right now, and it's about where you're going with it.
Right. That's good, man. So I want to ask you this. Your mother being a pastor and you being a rapper, though you are a gospel rapper, and you can go across the board with all type of music, you're versatile.
Yes, sir.
Has that been a positive help by her being a pastor, or has it opened doors for you, or has it been a hindrance or a challenge? Because not all family members, except your mom's from a different generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our music was more of a calm of singing, and then the rap game came in, and there was a whole lot of things. It's just like technology, man. When technology shift and change, a lot of people that are stuck in their ways feel like they're incompetent or not able to shift with the shift.
Right.
And so they left behind. So, even me, man, I'm only 54, but there's a lot of times I have to call my son, say, man, come turn this thing on. How do I do this? Even with a phone. Man, show me how to do this.
Correct.
But because technology took off, and I was still in a mentality of what I was used to. Wasn't ready for that shift. And so a lot of family members don't understand rap because they're not looking at the lyrics, listening to the lyrics, they're hearing the beat.
Right.
So have you been challenged in that area? Or your mom being a pastor, has it enhanced it, or how does that work for you?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge, good and bad. I get it good and bad.
Both ways. Yeah.
It comes both ways, and it's just something that I have to deal with on a level where I say, you know what, I just have to let God deal with this stuff right here.
That's good, man. That's good. So what keeps you positive? What keeps you so positive? Because every time I talk to you, you're just positive. So what keeps you positive in a negative world sometimes? There's much going on.
Well, what keeps me so positive in the negative world is I already been on the negative side of the world.
Okay, that's good.
And for me not to be on the negative side of the world no more is a blessing in itself. So every day of my life, I'm striving to be more humble, more positive. I'm striving to be more Christ-like when I wake up every day. Yeah, I go through things like everybody else.
Right.
But what continues to keep me being positive is the fact that I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm humbled that God allows me to be able to have opportunities that I couldn't have when I was doing the wrong things in life. So now it's more so that I count my blessings.
Yes.
I'm more grateful. I see the things that God allowed me to do, and I appreciate those things, and that allowed me to stay positive.
Man, I want to know this. With the crowds you performed in front of, and the people that know your name, and the notoriety that's coming, and how you're handling this this newfound pathway that you've been on. And just because we've been on a path don't mean that we've gotten to the plateau that we desire.
To the level
that we desire. And so now that you are increasing and staying humble is such an important key to this. I want to know, who was your biggest influence?
I would say my biggest influence is my wife. Of course, my wife is my biggest influence. My wife gives me the drive to continue to keep striving, and she's a praying woman.
Wow.
She knows the times when things are attacking me and things that are, coming at me, and she's a praying woman, and she prays for me. She prays for me through everything that I have to endure. If I'm going through something, she's continuing to pray for me. And she's not down on me. And like 20 years ago, when I was in bad relationships growing up, and I was having to deal with things from other people that they were not praying people.
Right.
And there's a saying.
You said something then.
And there's a saying when they that says a family that prays together stay together.
Right.
So, my biggest influence is my family, my kids, my family, and also my mother. My mother's a big inspiration. My mother wrote me when I was back in prison doing an 8-year stint. I think in 2011. I started doing this in 2010 when I started the 8-year stint, and then my mom wrote me in 2011, and she said that I've been ministering and preaching. And she said, I want to start up my own church and stuff like that. And I told my mom, I said, if that's what you want to do, more power to you.
Yeah.
You got my blessings. I'm encouraging you that you can do that, even though they always say that women aren't supposed to stand up and preach. But I encourage my mom to do it because not enough men are doing it.
Wow.
So I encourage my mom to get up and do it. And then I told her, if you want to be a great minister, a great preacher, you can be just as big as T.D. Jakes if you strive to be.
Man, that's good. So who do you admire in the rap game, in the rap world? Who did you grow up listening to that you admire? Was there ever a time before you found your niche?
Oh, it's a lot of people that I grew up listening to that that kind of inspired me growing up, whether they was rapping about the wrong things or the right things.
Right.
I would say people like T.I. I like T.I. because he got that southern swag with his music. So I caught a little of his energy growing up, and then I always listened to a very good Fort Worth rapper as known as Twisted Black. Everybody knows Twisted Black, and just listening to him and being around him a little bit in the studios. And I was around a couple of older cats that did music in Fort Worth, and they were already putting out CDs and stuff like that. So I was inspired by, when I was 15 and 16, I was inspired by people that were older than me that was, showing me the ropes, but they were holding me back from succeeding in the areas that I needed to succeed because they were older than me, and they were sitting back allowing me to make decisions that were not good for my career.
Wow. That I don't mean no disrespect, but that almost sounds like a silent sabotage, because a lot of times people can sit back and they'll only show you what they want you to show because they actually see your potential, that you may rise and surpass what they've already accomplished. So you mentioned 2010, 2011, you said 8-year stretch, or when you were incarcerated. Was that your transition to go to gospel?
I would say that was my transition at that time. My grandmother was writing me and stuff like that, encouraging me, and she was telling me no matter what, because I would write my grandmother and I would tell her exactly what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and all of the things that I was going through as far as living in the penitentiary and having to endure that type of lifestyle every day.
Right.
So I was corresponding with my grandmother, and she was keeping me uplifted in faith and spirit, in prayer, and she was keeping me uplifted with the word. So, in the prison, I would say that's when I started transitioning, and I even started writing songs, gospel rap songs then.
Right. Man, that's so phenomenal. And me personally, I'm not really just pulling at the prison part, because that was part of the transition.
Right.
But I'm looking at the platform now. So you went from the prison to the platform. And so now you have a mic in your hand and you are walking music with a mic or music without a mic. But most of all, it made you become the man that could be ministry without a mic. So all you have to do is have a listening ear, and you spitting out positivity that cause people to change their mind. I want to ask you this. When you were incarcerated and you started rapping, or you continued to rap, or whatever you was doing, did you ever create a crowd in there?
Man, I created crowds all the time. Like, I mean, when you can rap,
really flow,
you can rap, and people hear you. People like it, and then you always got the people that they pretend to like it, but they don't really like you for whatever reasons. They don't like you. But I had the crowds, and I had people going from unit to unit saying that my music was theirs and stealing my music, and
even there, the politics thing,
even all of that stuff, man.
Wow, man,
I've dealt with it.
Man, that's something, man. I'm glad you did. So, while you were there, did you ever think in your mind, when you started rapping and the crowd started gathering and they were saying or doing, encourage you, did you ever see yourself on the platform you're on now?
Well, I seen myself on a platform that I'm on right now, and I seen myself on bigger platforms than I'm on right now. But in order for you to get to the platform, you have to see yourself there.
So you have to believe it and know it.
You have to believe it and know it.
Wow. So I want you to look in that camera. There's somebody that's watching. They're inspiring to be a rapper. So Mr. Berto, man, I'm so excited to have you here and all your experiences. There are people out there that want to get started. Maybe they're sitting in a classroom writing down some lyrics, sitting in a room locked up trying to create beats. What would you tell somebody that's inspiring to be a rapper but don't know how to get started?
The main thing is to get started.
That's good.
That's the main thing. Get started, step out there on faith, keep God first, and just get started. I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. You can always say that I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. You can say it every day, but it's not going to actually come to light until you step out there and get to doing it.
So you're going to have to initiate it.
You have to initiate it. You have to grab a hold of it and go get it.
That's good, man. Listen, we're getting ready to get out of here, man, but I need some information. Perhaps they want to book you for church. Perhaps they want to book you for birthday parties, celebration, anniversaries, anything. How can they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Instagram at Kenneth_Berto. You can get a hold of me at my email. My email is bertokenneth@gmail.com. BRDOKENNETH@gmail.com. You could catch me on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Amazon Music. Amazon Music, man. I'm on just so many different platforms. But yeah, and all the people that want to get me to come out and do events, you can call me. You can contact me at 682-324-0117. Again, 682-324-0117. I just can't wait to get out there and start spreading the good word.
Man, I'm excited about you. Listen, which video? I checked out your videos, and I was sitting up there jumping and beating with you. Which video would you highly recommend that they start off watching of yours? Tell them how to pull it up.
I would say the video is that I recommend for everybody is the last video that I just recently uploaded to YouTube, and it's titled Lost Love.
Wow.
You could just go to YouTube and put in my name, Kenneth Berto, and then put in Lost Love. And that video is basically just, I'm saying on that song, I'm saying each one reach one, each one teach one.
That's good.
And the main thing is to get people back to loving one another and just being more humble, more kind-hearted to each other, and just spread more love. And that in itself will make the world a better place, a safer place,
yes,
and just more of a prosperous society.
Man, I appreciate it. Listen, you're watching Vision in Motion with none other than Mr. Kenneth Berto. You're going to have to check him out. You have his information. Listen, call into the studio. We got you covered to connect you with him. And we want you to make sure you don't miss this moment. Until next week, stay prayerful, be careful, stay safe, and we'll see you later. Hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me as we leave. I hope that you stay safe, and I really look forward to seeing you next week.